doesn't even know what he just ate.
Some kind of
1, 2, 3.
howdy, partners.
Welcome, everyone, to IGN. For more Xbox news, stick glued to IGN.
This is the most awkward opening we've ever had.
Why is that?
Because it's the end of the year, and you know what that means.
What does that mean?
What does it mean?
It means everyone makes goals that they forget about after a week.
Yeah.
Oh, like exercising.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys... Sure, yeah, that's usually one of them. Do you guys remember what your goals were for last year?
I don't
Nope.
make goals.
You don't?
I think I stopped making goals because I never kept them.
It's either caramel or butterscotch, according to Thane.
I'm pretty sure it's caramel, but it tasted...
Yeah, I don't make goals because I don't ever keep them. I like how they got little swirlies in the middle.
You know, Cole, that's sad, but also you know your you know your limits, I guess, or yourself.
So, at the beginning of last year, the thing that I can probably look this up too. The one thing I was like, okay, I'm going to do this all throughout the year was I was going to keep track of every single day I got a headache and also the intensity of said headache. Also, you can chalk up today as one, by the way. Thought I'd point that out. Where's the... Oh, don't tell me, did I delete it? I don't think I did, but maybe I did. I had this little calendar app that was helping me. Totally deleted it. Oh, no, there it is. I'll tell you when I ended. I think it's been a while. The last time I did it was April. So I made it 4 months.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I made it a fourth of the year. Okay, I shouldn't even say that. It was April 2nd.
How many headaches did you get between then?
I'd have to count them. So there's January 5th.
You just put sad face?
2, well, it's multiple different faces. There's like a scrunched up face, and that means it's a really bad headache. And I had January 5th and January 9th were scrunched up. And then kind of just like the mellow one was kind of just like, I'm not super hurting. That was 17th, 23rd. And then like the intermediate in between both of those was the 24th. So 23 to 24, back to back. Those are rough days, I guess. Third, 18. Oh, I'm just going to count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 throughout the year. April 2nd was the last one that I marked, obviously. I guess if you really want it to be that way, you could do 16th, because today.
It's 15th.
Shut up. It is. I'm eating my caramel thing now.
So I guess you could just take, what did you say that was, 16, 15, 16 between 4 months?
16, yeah. 16 times
So
4?
Times 3.
No, 4.
Well, there's 3 4-month periods. So if we just said 16 was your
yes,
average.
I thought there was 4 for some reason. Okay, get a calculator out.
So it'd be 30
64?
for, was
I think it's 64.
16 times 3?
48.
Not 48.
And there's 365 in a year?
Yeah. Oh. Do you have a headache, Zay?
No, I just woke up.
Oh. Did you do 48 divided by 365?
So, I guess 7% of the year I had a headache. Is that what 7.6% of the year I had a headache? I don't know how to, this is not the math podcast. We don't know how to do this.
I think that's right.
What are you trying to do?
He did 365 days divided by 48 headaches. Gives you
7.6.
so 7.6 headaches a what? A month? No.
No.
Percent.
No, 7.6 a day. Or 7.6 days between headaches. So every headache was roughly like
So you almost have one.
I could go an entire week roughly before I would have a headache based on that.
I don't think that's normal.
Probably not. And I feel like sometimes it's worse than that. Because there's been some times where I just have them every day of the week.
That's crazy. What do you think it is? Is it stress?
I'm not stressed though. I'm
Have you
pretty chill.
Have you tested if it's caffeine? Like on days where you have a headache, do you not drink caffeine?
You see, it goes back and forth. Some days I don't. Some days I don't have caffeine. I have a headache, like today. But some days I don't have caffeine and I feel fine. But then some days I have caffeine, I have a headache. So I don't know if that's exactly what it is. Although that's kind of what I've always thought.
Caffeine does.
Caffeine definitely does, but caffeine also helps my headaches. For the two reasons being, one of them is I might be addicted to caffeine, so that would help my headache. And the other one is caffeine is just naturally a headache relief. That's why they put it in some Excedrin, for example. Pretty interesting. But that's also why it causes headaches a lot for most people. But that said, like I was saying, there's plenty days I've had that
You've had caffeine.
I've had caffeine and I don't get headache, or I do get headaches.
Maybe if you just went on a caffeine,
cleanse.
yeah, just try
And-
and wean off of caffeine.
And I
try to do periods of where I don't do caffeine for a
yeah,
while.
but I
I
like
feel
Mountain
way
Dew,
better.
and they don't make caffeine-free Mountain Dew, or else I would drink it because I'm sure it tastes just the same, but they don't make it.
But if you just don't do Mountain Dew,
But I want that flavor.
yeah, I know. But
Can you get that
what if
flavor
you
elsewhere?
test your
No.
body?
Like
test,
Mountain Lightning?
test your
Ew.
body.
Mellow yellow.
I've tried a bunch of other things. I mean, that's why do you think I got that fancy water bottle that I don't use after 3 days of using it?
How much was it?
Like $40.
Jeez.
I'm gonna take it back to the store, or the people that make it, because funnily enough they make it in this town.
Oh.
And apparently you can take it back there and they'll replace it or something. So I'm probably gonna do that.
What's
Did you
wrong
break
with
yours?
It just leaks.
Oh.
It has this weird thing. So for context, I got this fancy water bottle that basically makes it so that you can have that liquid stuff you put in water bottles in it, but not into the actual
Mio.
water container, like a Mio, for example.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
flavor.
so the thing that was happening was it did this thing where the straw part, where you the spout, I guess, would stay filled up with water, so that it wouldn't leak back into the actual container of water, so you wouldn't have any cross contamination, and that would slowly leak out and come out the side of the bottle.
That sucks.
Yeah, it never went into the bottle, I guess. I probably wouldn't have ever noticed if it did that, but the fact that it leaks on the outside of the bottle, that's kind of annoying.
And your hands get all sticky.
And I bought one for my mom for Christmas, and I tested it, not as thoroughly as I did mine, I guess, because I used mine for a couple days before not even a couple days. I used it for 1 day before I started noticing it. But I tested my mom's, and it seemed like it was fine. It's I guess I just got a crappy one and a good one. I don't know.
That
I really liked the idea of it, though. But I don't know if that would have done it, though, because I still like Mountain Dew a lot. I just like the flavor.
Can you pour whatever flavors you want in the water bottle?
Yeah.
Any liquid, doesn't matter.
Has to be a liquid one. I have a Kool-Aid one and a Mio.
Mio. So what if you did G Fuel and you mixed a little bit of G Fuel and then put?
It's a powder.
Well, you mixed it with the liquid and then
Can't.
pour it, huh?
You can't make it a powder. You have to be a liquid already. You can't be a powder.
Well, I'm saying, what if you turn the G Fuel into a liquid and then pour it into your cup or into the?
Well, at that
Can't.
point, just get a freaking water bottle. Just normal water bottle.
What if you only want a little bit?
What if you
Don't
don't do the
do
same
that.
thing? You just filter it how much you want. With the
For
low-
one, it is
the
a
low
powder-based
level-
liquid,
lever.
and so it's not going to be good. So it would probably clog up the system. Two, that just defeats the purpose
So
of
what
it,
if you
too.
got liquid chocolate and put it in there and you had milk in the can? Would that work?
I'm going to freaking have an aneurysm here.
No.
I'm
No,
trying to
you-
test the limits of this water
Obviously, it
bottle.
wouldn't work. It's
Why?
only the liquid flavorings.
So it has to be it can't be too thick.
No, it's what does it can only be the liquid flavorings mean to you? Does that mean chocolate fondue is also liquid flavoring? Goodness, guys.
If it could get through the pipes, sure, yeah.
It couldn't get through the pipe. That's the
Okay,
thing.
that's what I'm saying. I'm just testing
It
the.
has to have the viscosity of water. I love that word. Speaking of viscosity of water, guys, I got us a little drink.
Let's go.
It's blood.
No. Well, I guess we're really diving into the twilight.
Is it the blood
I like
of all
how
of
it's
your?
half
Is it the
drunken.
blood of all of your enemies in Forza?
Did you do that thing?
No.
So before
That was
I
cold.
actually pour it, I'm gonna ask real quick. Do you guys like cherry flavored stuff at all?
I'm fine with it.
You're allergic? I was like, yikes, that'd be bad.
I mean,
What if I told you after, like, this tastes like cherry? You just like,
I'm like, yeah, it is cherry. You're just dead. I'm just like, I killed Zay.
I actually like cherry flavor, but at the same time, I've had a lot of medicines that have been cherry flavors, so it's kind of a back and forth.
Okay,
It's a
that's
toss
fine.
up for me.
What about you, Thane? Do you like
I'm
cherry?
fine with it.
Okay, cool.
I like
I'll
cherry
pour them
Coke.
for everybody. Like, this is great. You're going to love this. If you like cherry, you're going to absolutely love this. I'll tell you what it is later.
Is it cherry juice? Just straight cherry juice? That's what I'm guessing. I
He's
guess.
having to shake it. It's got to be, just
I don't know if I need to shake it or not. I just do it because I'm nervous it needs to.
cider. It's got to be cider.
Cherry cider. Oh, this is like from that one band that wrote the song called Cherry Pie.
Then what? I swear one of the reindeer makes a cider. What's his name?
There's Dasher
is
and
my cupcake.
Dancer.
Dane, which reindeer is it that makes the cider? Which one is it?
It's I don't know.
I'm setting you up. Come on.
Yeah, oh, I know. There's Dasher and Dancer
Dancer
and Prancer and Dixon.
Dixon side.
Okay.
His name's not Dixon.
I'm just three
Dasher
chess
and
moves ahead of
Dancer
you
and
guys. Just
Prancer
pop,
and
pop.
Vixen.
Setting you up for a
Comet
joke
and
right there.
Cupid,
Blixen.
Blonner and Blitzen.
But do you recall the gayest reindeer? Okay, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, apologize, Thade.
I apologize to all the gay reindeer.
So one of my students today, he says that his brother has a group chat with all of his homies that play Fortnite,
Christmas time.
and they're called the gay video gamers. Is this
Who does?
So
Who
my
has this?
student's older brother,
Oh.
him and all their homies have a group Fortnite Snapchat going, and they call themselves the gay video like what did I say, gay video gamers?
Yeah, gay video games.
The gamers.
Yeah, the gay video gamers, the gamers, if you will. And he said that one of it, like they had another buddy who didn't play Fortnite, and all he would post was just pictures of his motorcycle. So they kicked him out of the group.
Damn.
And then one of their homies, his wife was in labor at the hospital.
Oh no.
He had like his laptop or something that he's playing
Oh
Fortnite
no.
on.
no.
And
That's
he-
the meme.
Yeah, and then he said something along the lines of, "I got my priorities straight." It's
Yikes.
like, good
Jesus.
Lord.
Playing on a horrible
I know
laptop.
he's probably just memeing, but still. Anyway, I don't even know why my student told me this. He just came in and like he said hi and then told me this whole story.
Do you like it?
I was expecting something else.
You expecting it to be more bittery because it's like a cherry, you know? It's deliciously sweet.
Is this just straight cherry juice?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what it is?
It's from Firehouse Subs.
Really?
Yeah.
But
We get it at work every once in a while. We got 2 gallons of this juice, and I freaking love it, so I took a whole gallon home. And I told
Yeah, I was
Fanny he's not
expect-
allowed to drink
I was
it.
expecting a bitterness.
It's really smooth.
I love this drink so much. It's really good if you have lime chopped up and squeeze the lime into it.
Really.
it almost
Makes it better.
tastes like Pepto-Bismol, but it's not as like bitter.
Pepto
Instead of
Bismol
strong.
is not cherry flavored.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
I'm
Yes.
pretty sure it is.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nuh
When was the last time you had Pepto?
It's freaking
original
Winto
Pepto.
Green. Lifesavers Winto Green flavored.
I'm pretty sure it has cherry on it.
No.
I gotta figure this out. This
I'm
is
pretty sure it has
crazy.
cherry on the label.
Pepto-Bismol
I'll go
has
grab a
cherry.
bottle. I have a
Pep-
bottle right now.
Pepto
Okay.
to me, I always called it chalky. It's a very chalky taste.
I've always thought of it as like that Winto Green Lifesavers mint, you know? That smells like that anyway, so I always thought it tasted like that too.
So,
Just in my head, I
I
guess.
figured out what this tastes like to me. You know chloroseptic spray, the cherry flavor? I have some upstairs. That's what this tastes like.
a sweet version
but
of it.
yeah, just without the medicinal.
Yeah. Isn't it great?
Yeah, I actually really dig this, dude.
It's great.
It's just, I think smooth is a great way to describe this drink.
Literally, like I said, if we ever go to Firehouse and we get a gallon of this, make sure we get like a cup of limes from them too, because you squeeze lime juice into it, it's freaking incredible. I don't know why it makes it that much better, but like, wow, it's good.
Cherry lime.
She's my cherry lime.
I love this drink though. Shout out to Firehouse Subs for making a drink.
Yeah, they gave me insane free sandwiches once because they took all day to make our subs.
Yeah, me too.
I guess I'll Google it then.
Is that one not cherry? What's the regular flavor of Pepto?
I think there might be a cherry.
I always called it chalky. Like it's just a very, It just tastes like Pepto.
That's not the taste though. Chalky's just the texture.
Although
Sure,
maybe
yeah.
it's that cough medicine I had the cherry flavoring in it.
Oh,
I
there's
swear I've seen cherry on
plenty
Pepto,
of
though.
cherry cough medicine, and then the chloroseptic
Maybe there's
spray
a
that I
cherry
used to numb
flavored
my
Pepto.
throat.
Maybe that's just
What is the flavor of Pepto Bismol?
Bubblegum.
It's mint flavored. That's all it says.
Will you go to Pepto Bismol cherry and then Google search? Maybe there is one that has the cherry in the corner.
That's one I might try.
Put a little cherry question mark on it.
Pepto cherry.
There we go. What flavor is Pepto Bismol trying to be?
Oh,
It's not wintergreen and it's not cherry, despite what others have said. If you actually take the challenge, it's funny because that's what I said and that's what you said. If you actually take the challenge to try Lifesavers Wintergreen, you'll see instantly. I kept calling it Wintergreen. It's just Wintergreen. But Lifesavers brand is Wintergreen. That's okay. Anyway, you'll see instantly that the two don't taste anything alike. The flavor is that of tea berry, the berry of the eastern wintergreen, not its leaves, which constitute the flavor we know as wintergreen. So the berry. I just want to point out I was closest.
I mean, you both said the two things that were on there, so I don't know.
But the berry is
the
on the
actual
same tree
flavors, are you
or the
saying?
I
same
feel like
plant.
I've seen a cherry flavored Pepto though. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I bet there is a cherry one. So what do you think of the drink, Thane? What do you rate
good.
it out of 10?
It's a day tasty.
Your
out of
your
10.
game review for Five Nights at Freddy's. Go.
2.
Boring.
Yeah.
Okay, Sky, what do you think about the drink?
I could give it an 8. That was good. That's a solid drink.
Okay, now review Zelda.
Which one?
Zedventure.
10 out of 10. Best movie game ever.
Sequel. I think that's a.
Oh, there is a cherry flavor then.
Yeah, that's what I've seen before.
I see.
then.
What do you rate the drink, Zay?
I like it. I wish it was a little bit like because I was just eating
Okay, now rate Monopoly.
what
Rate Monopoly.
Monopoly. Why?
The board game. Rate it.
Why rate Monopoly?
Just do it.
No, I'm doing the drink first.
No.
I was just eating a blow pop before this that was cherry flavored, so I
He
have
just
that
keeps
kind of.
going.
I
Very
have that
tart.
kind of yeah. It's smooth and it's really sweet, but I'm looking for that tartness.
Isn't it interesting
Fair.
how there's some flavors
That's what
like
a lime
that?
probably would add.
Yeah, that's true.
That's probably why lime makes it so much better. Anyway, that was a little interesting thought experiment I had that I thought of while I was asking Thane what he thought of the drink. When I asked you guys to review random crap, both of you guys jumped on it and instantly started reviewing whatever the crap I told you
Wait,
to.
what was
and,
it?
And Zay was
What did you
instantly
ask him?
just like, why? No, I'm not going to do
but
that.
you did let us finish rating the drink. You didn't
No,
let him finish. Yeah, I said
I cut off halfway through.
I gave it an 8. Yes, I did. I said I
No.
gave it an 8.
The first thing you said was 2.
Because
Oh,
you
that was for
that was for Five Nights at
Five Nights
Freddy's.
at Freddy's. I guess it's because he went into more words. I was trying to cut you guys off. I was just because I was just too slow. What did I ask? Five Nights at What did I ask you?
Zelda.
Oh, Zelda's
The
Adventure.
Adventure. And I gave that a 10 out of 10. Best game
I was trying
ever.
to catch you off guard like that. I thought you were just gonna say 10 out of 10. Then I was put Adventure.
Adventure.
Well, thank you guys for coming to my drink
I'd
tasting
say it's
party.
I'd say it's a 7.
7.
Hey Cole.
Definitely better with a lime.
Hey Cole, what do you rate this drink?
He just said it.
What do you say?
He said 7 without a
Can you
line.
not hear him because
Oh,
your
no,
glasses
8
are off?
without
Your
a
eyes are
line.
closed.
Okay, now
Without
rate
a line.
Crisis.
Can you
With a
not
line,
hear him
it's a
because his eyes
10.
are closed?
Yeah, I can't hear anymore.
You know, I'm not going to rate Crisis here because if you want to see my actual rating of Crisis, well, you won't find it there either. But you can see what I think of the game on our most recent YouTube video that I made about Crisis.
Okay, see, I saved the podcast. I
Saved
saved
the
America.
podcast thing.
Speaking of saving things, can I tell you guys about my Monday, my last week? So a week from when you guys are listening to this.
Monday. Monday.
So-
Yesterday? 2 days ago?
2 days ago for us.
Okay. That's what matters to me.
Yeah.
I don't really care
So,
what these guys think.
I wake up. I did my morning
That's
routine.
too
These
much.
guys.
The people who listen to this.
Oh. Yeah, I don't care. Maybe the people who listen enjoy that kind of like talk.
That
They like to be
detail.
talked down to.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they enjoy
That was for you guys.
So keep
out
doing
there.
it.
I about dropped this cup. It's too
Yeah, keep
cold.
doing it.
I need to switch it.
Yeah, it's freezing down
Put
here.
my butt. Put
Anyway, I wake up Monday,
sit on it.
go through my morning routine, and then I sit down to edit. And as I'm trying to drag files and move stuff around into my editing program, I would hold a file and I would drag it and it would just let go. I'm like, what the freak? So I do it again.
Oh, I know what you're talking
It just
about.
let go and let go. And even though I have my finger pressed down. So then I started clicking and I was like just testing the clicks. And then I went and played a game and I was testing the clicks with the shoot. I'd hold down the shoot button and it'd go. And I'm just like, oh, my mouse is dying. So I freaked out because I need a mouse. I need a good mouse. So I looked online. And I could get the mouse I want, like the same mouse I have, for like $70, but I'd have to wait. And so I'm like, F.
Wait, is this mouse wireless or wired?
No, it's wired.
Okay.
So I was already at Walmart previously because Thane broke our toilet paper holder, so I had to get a new one. And I already went to Walmart.
Okay, pause real quick. Don't just throw Thane under the bus. That thing was crappy. It was going to break sooner or later.
It's a piece of garbage, but I don't know what you did to it. Did you just kick it, Thane?
I just lifted it up and went.
Oh.
It came on loose. And
Yeah, so don't throw Thane under the bus. That thing was a piece of garbage.
Okay, well, Thane killed it.
It was going to break
Thane
on one of us.
finished.
Thane just
broke
happened to
your
win the
mouse.
lottery.
Which mouse was it?
No, not the mouse, not the mouse. The toilet paper
paper.
dispenser. This guy went to Walmart earlier in the day for the toilet paper dispenser.
Yeah, I went there first for the toilet paper thing. And then I come back and my mouse broke. So then I had to go back. And I have this $25 gift card. It's a prepaid Visa card. And so I find the mouse that I want, but the freaking box is just hammered. I still have the box. I'll have to show you guys. Just beat to crap. And I'm like, oh, God.
Did you get a discount on it?
I wish. I took it up there to the lady and I said, hey, can we open this box because it's pretty beat up and like I don't want to buy a broken mouse. So we opened it up and it looked fine. And I'm like, can I get a discount? She said, no, sorry, I can't do that. I'm like, okay, well, F, I need the mouse. And it was the only one. And I asked her, I said, do you have any others in the back though? And she looked and she said, well, technically not even this one. We don't even have this one. I'm like, well, it's here in front of our faces. So obviously you have it. Just wasn't in the system.
I should have just took his guy.
I should have.
As soon as she said that, you should have just grabbed it and ran.
So anyway, she's like, sure, I'll ring
Really,
you up.
with that, you could though, right? You could take the mouse out
Yeah.
of the box, put it in your pocket.
Theoretically.
Damn, that's not good.
It's not in the system.
Wait. So I have a friend. I think I've talked about this before, but what he would do with games, at our Walmart back in our hometown, he'd go out to that garden area. You know, that's near like the tire, like near the road. He'd go out to that area and slide it under the fence. Games, like new PS2 or whatever at the time PS2. Slide them under the fence or like Xbox or whatever, and then go out and around and just pick them up and leave.
Yeah.
Steal games that way.
Freaking cheeky bastard.
Bad, yeah. Oh, good. Sorry. Mouse story.
Yeah, so anyway, she rings me up. She's like, yeah, that'll be like, it was like $90. I'm like, God damn. So
Dude.
I had this $25 gift card for the Visa thing, and I was like, well, I'm going to use this. It's got $25 on it. And she's like, okay, cool, swipe it. Swipe it, nothing. Swiped it a whole bunch, nothing happened.
No.
She took it, swiped it a whole bunch. And then she starts accusing me of like having a fake gift card. I'm like, she's like, well, who'd you get it from? And I'm like, someone gave it to me, but they said they bought it from you, from Walmart. They gave me the receipt and everything. And I'm just like, I don't know what you want from me, lady. And she's just like
she accused you.
yeah, she's
That's funny.
accusing me. And then she looked at the back, and like there's only half a barcode. And I've never used a prepaid Visa card before though. And she's like, look, there's only half a barcode. I'm like,
activated.
what does that mean? I said, can't you just type in the number that's on the card and try it that way? And she said, no, I won't. Like, I can't do that. I'm like, can you get somebody else that can help me? Like, she's like a sweet old lady. Well, she wasn't sweet, but she was an old lady. And anyway, I was like, fine, forget it, whatever. I don't care. So I bought the mouse. I come back home, and I'm like, F this. I want to make sure there's money. So there's a website that I could log into the gift card.
See the balance.
$25 on there.
Could you imagine if they just gave you a card without any money on it? That'd be
Kind of a game or
prank.
play.
But it came in like, you know how like some of them are wrapped in like a cardboard thing? Yeah, I had to like open it up and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But it says there's no activation or anything.
Oh.
Maybe I need to read more of the fine print, but I looked.
I bet you could do it online because you just enter the numbers in.
Yeah, but like I don't know if I need to activate it because when I checked online, it showed me what the balance was. So I took that as it's already activated.
Yeah, I bet the barcode just was messed up like the lady was saying.
Anyway, point is I broke my mouse and got a new one in the same day, and I think I'm going to buy a new mouse every year because it feels so good using a brand new mouse. And how long have I had that one for? Do you think like 2 years maybe?
I don't know.
Because
You'd have to go back and check.
You got one after me, right?
It was like...
I think I bought it on eBay.
Yeah, but I've replaced that other one since as well.
Yeah. I guess mine lasted a little bit longer than yours. Did you have the same problem? Was your click just not working?
Oh yeah, the Razer mouses get their clicks broken like every year and a half or 2 years. That's just a common occurrence.
Is that what happened with a lot of mice or just Razers?
Just Razers.
Specifically?
Just specifically the Razer Naga line. But yeah, when you bought yours, I
bought a basilisk.
Nice.
When you bought
So-
yours, I had also bought one because I think you bought it on Amazon actually.
Did I?
Yeah. So I bought one too, like the next day or something, because like yours came in like a pristine box, like it was brand new, and you bought yours refurbished, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'll do that too. I'll get one, whatever. And then mine shows up freaking like just stains all over. It looks like someone freaking whited it out, if you know what I mean. Like I was just like, come
No, I
on,
don't know what
dude,
you
this is
mean.
disgusting. And so I had to like clean it off and everything. And this guy just in there with this nice brand new fresh mouse, and mine's freaking all stained up. I'm like, this is gross. And of course it broke first before the other one. So
Well, this one I bought is definitely brand new. I just don't. I mean, I don't know why the box was beat to crap, but
the one I have now, I also bought brand new. I bought it at Best Buy during Black Friday. It's a wireless one too.
how much did you pay for the wireless one?
Can't remember.
Because
I want to say it was like $80.
Ah, see, I felt ripped off because I'm like, damn, Cole's got a wireless one, and I was just gonna
But
wait.
I
for you
also
to get
bought it
home.
on sale though.
Yeah, I was just gonna wait for you to get home, but I'm just like, ugh, I need it now. I'm JG Wentworth.
Yeah, I got mine on sale though. That's why I got it cheaper. I don't blame you. Probably would have done a very similar thing if I were you. Well, no. To be honest, I probably just went down here and grabbed one of these two mice and then used those until I decided to actually break down and buy the new one. That's just how I work.
Speaking of buying things, from last podcast, I bought a PS5.
Let's go. And we've been
It was-
playing Demon Souls. We've been playing Miles Morales. It's been great.
GTA 5.
GTA 5, the hottest game on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I'm excited to play that.
No, you already
I mean,
have.
I've already played it, and
Yeah.
I've been having
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of fun. It's actually
Well-
new features in the PS5 version.
Well,
it's a new
actually,
story mode. Completely new
GTA
story.
5 2.
Yeah, and completely new story on the PS5. It's really
PS5 exclusive story.
neat. Yeah.
Where you gonna be the guy that works at PlayStation, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, you gotta be but in the new story on GTA 5, it's about a guy that he's trying to get like a new console. It's like a PS5 or an Xbox, and he just tries for a year and almost a year and a half.
I teared up, dude.
and he's just grinding. You grind throughout this story mode to get
yeah,
it.
I teared up because
And
how close to home that
A lot of
story
the times
hit.
you don't. There's a one mission where you go to like a back alley to meet this guy, and you end up doing some very questionable things for this PS5, and then he gives you just the box at the end of it, and you get baited. So it's a good story though.
Very questionable. Emphasis on questionable.
Yeah.
And emphasis on doing it.
Yeah, we're glad that Thane got his PS5 though, so he doesn't have to
Yeah,
do that.
it was awesome.
I hate you guys
Okay, real quick before you finish your story.
so much.
I bought it August 19th, 2019, so it lasted
Almost
over
a little over
ye-
2 years.
Over 2 years, yeah.
No. All right. So as of filming this, I ordered it last week, and the order got delayed. And I was like, "Oh, come on, man! It was there, and you delayed it. I should have seen it coming."
Does it say when it's been delayed to?
No?
He should have, but he never saw it coming.
Oh.
I'm not gonna play Persona 5 on my PS5. You
Just
can
freaking got
suck it.
Critical hit on Thane.
Thane,
We're doing all out attack now.
Dane,
Or
is
me
there
and
is
Zay
there
did all out
is
attack
there one
earlier.
song, like, do you believe enough that there's one song that comes to mind? It says, "You can feel it coming in the mail tonight." Is that?
I can feel it coming in the mail.
I love
Man, if
that.
it makes you feel any better, my ocarina that I bought got delayed too.
Yeah, everything's getting delayed. Shipping right now kind of sucks.
Why do you think I
during
got home from
holidays.
work earlier today? Bajinga.
So
Because you got fired.
That'd have been a crazy twist if it weren't true.
I'm gonna knock on wood, Cole.
Well, it's funny. Me and my boss made a joke about me getting fired today.
Oh.
because I was he's like, Cole, these are the same product and you receive them as the same one. I'm like, oh, whoops. Almost like I was just like, well, it's not my fault. He was like, yeah, tell that to the person that replaces you or something like that. We make jokes about that all the time, so it's not like yeah, it's not like
You're not feeling nervous though?
no, I didn't feel nervous.
Okay, good.
You should have been like, well, if you give me a pay raise, I'd work better. I'd never mess up.
I could replace myself for another $1.
Just threaten him.
Dude, that reminds me.
Post office is offering
I had
you 18
I had a
an hour.
really interesting story idea. I want to throw it out to you guys, but I know Thane's still talking about his PlayStation, so let's let him finish. Don't let
So-
me forget my
Yeah, let him
thing, though.
So
finish.
this is the last note. I hope I get it by the end of the year. I just really want it. Maybe I'll get it next week. Who knows? But I hope end of the year. I know some people haven't still gotten their orders back from November, and that kind of sucks. But let's hope they get their orders too, and I get my order. So
I think
Yeah.
we all are we're waiting for you to get your order at this
Yeah.
point.
We've been
We are
waiting
hoping for you. But what would be funny is if it arrived or they go to deliver it when you're out of town.
Just freezing
And they send you
outside.
an email. They're like, sorry, we missed you. And then you have to
Gosh.
reschedule the delivery, and then they gets
I
delayed
think
again.
they just leave it at the post office. But then it's like, should we just leave it at the post office?
Well,
Like,
I
yeah,
think
But
they
then the
would just
post
put
office
it in
lady's
front of the
like, that
door.
looks real nice. She
Like, I
just
could use that
snags
for my boys.
Yeah.
I think they like this.
Yikes.
So
Yikes
here's this story idea I had. I came up with this today while I was at work. It kind of plays off the thought that a lot of people have that all of our jobs are going to be replaced by robots eventually. And so my thought is that there's in the distant future, everybody owns a personal robot that they essentially send out to go to work, and that's essentially how the robots take over our jobs, but they're still your robot. Like every person individually is robot, so they get paid for the job that their robot does. But of course, these robots break down, right? And so in this world, you would have to go in and fulfill your job while your robot is in the shop. But then this is where the story kicks in. There's people out there that actually want to work. That they're disappointed that the robots took over their jobs, and so they became like these freelancer type people that essentially advertised, "Hey, is your robot broken? I'll do your job for you.
You don't want to go to work?
You don't want to go to work? I'll do your job for you." And so it's about like a couple people. One main guy specifically goes to all these different random jobs and all these different experiences, and like he meets occasional people that also are just like him as well, and it's super interesting.
Does he
I
get
thought
the
of.
pay though, and not the person?
He gets paid from the person that has their robot in the shop.
He's freelancing.
He's freelancing.
Yeah.
He's
so
not gonna
he's
get-
essentially just making the money that the person would have made.
No, not really. He's
Maybe a
getting
cut?
paid from. He might be getting more money. You don't know. Like
Oh.
these people are paying them so they don't have to go in and.
They'd
fulfill for
probably
their
pay
robot.
more,
They'd
yeah.
probably pay more than the
Yeah.
day that they would be worth. But yeah, I just thought about it. I'm like, that's super cool. I really like that idea.
I can't say that would be me.
There's a lot of places you could go with that.
But what would be like where's like the story come in though?
So I thought about that, and I think
Like, does it get
I
dramatic? or
think
is
it would
just
be
kind
a
of
romance
happy
story. I think I'd turn it into a romance
Oh, he
story.
meets.
Does he
meets
fall in love
somebody.
with? He meets somebody that wants everything to go back to the way it was.
I don't know about that. They're not revolutionizers. They're just star-crossed lovers.
a science fiction romance story.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was just the first thing into my mind. I'm like, well, what do we do? It's kind of a slice of life. I know. Let's have romance in it. That'll work. But
See,
you can really take it many places.
the future I thought of was they take the homeless people and like crippled people and they like shove them in robots.
We've talked about this before.
We have, yeah.
And they just
Shove
have
them into
like
robots. They said
robots
that
as
before.
like their fuel pretty much because like so they can move like humans. And they take the orphans and raise them as like soldiers
Jeez.
or like
So it's like exoskeleton kind of stuff, but the skeleton is the human.
yeah.
So the robot is wearing a human skeleton.
Thing, would this happen
Yeah.
in the same world as the guy on your shirt?
Yeah, it probably would.
Bless
me.
you.
Thank you.
You should have
Ooh,
muted
I think-
your mics, guy.
And I
think I
think
cut
it's
my
like
lip with that
Starship
sneeze.
Troopers
You
where
ever
the
done that?
military
Never
where it's more
sneezed
of a
hard
military state,
enough. There, cut your lip.
and all of the world has like one unified credit system for currency, and wherever country, whatever inflation, you have to pay that much credits. So it's kind of like the world has been unified under like this militaristic rule.
Doesn't
Nice.
sound very fun.
Yeah, it'd be very dystopian, but it's interesting.
Well, here's something that's within our grasp of our lifetime, and this is just a question I have for you guys. We could elaborate if you want, but we don't have to. Elon Musk's chip in your brain, you guys getting it?
What's Elon Musk's chip?
I guess he's working on something that it's a chip that goes in your brain, and it's called the Neuralink. I don't know exactly what it does for average everyday Joe, other than maybe connect your brain to the internet. But for people that are like disabled, I guess it's supposed to heal those connections. So if somebody's like disabled from the waist down, then the chip taps into their brain. I don't know how it effing works, but my instant answer is a no. Like I don't want a chip in my brain.
That kind of sounds
Ever?
like Ghost in the Shell, where it's more like was an augmentation, like for instant connection. Like they'll have a wire and they connect it. It's kind
I
of
think
like
it's meant to
that.
kind of control like your thoughts, though.
What about in 50 years, Sky?
I'll be an old freaking man by then.
Oh, wow.
So
We
more,
will.
are you more open to like probing and
Oh,
stuff at
I
that?
don't like that.
Probably. Like I'm gonna have to get a colonoscopy someday. But no,
Multiple.
like my thoughts is if the chip can somehow reconnect like those synapses or whatever it is that's broke, like the connection that's broke, how hard would it be for somebody that can take control of your brain, just you completely?
Definitely,
I could see it. I mean, why not?
And
that's
that's
not out of the realm. If that's possible, to kind of fire up like limbs again, like why is that out of the
and
realm?
I thought about this too, though. What if like advertisers pay money to like have these whoever's has access to the chip, like the beer company's like, oh, let's make this person so they crave beer right now, boom, and they do something to your brain where you're like, I really am
I imagine there'd
thirsty.
be a bunch of laws that go into place that go
Yeah.
against that kind of stuff.
I think.
Yeah,
I'm
sure,
thinking-
there'd have to be,
I'm thinking
right?
they have blank space, like ads. It's like a giant green screen, but when you see it, like the advertisers advertise.
Could you
what
imagine
want.
it's like
what you want exactly? That'd
Yeah.
be
the
crazy.
government allows like you to be advertised to through your brain, but only if you're like taking a dump or something like that. So every time you take a dump,
time that
you
they
just
feel
have
like is
it's like
unnecessary.
the time that's like unnecessary or whatever. You'd be scrolling on your phone anyway, or scrolling in your brain or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever it would be. You would just see ads there, and it'd just be very targeted ads. But
F
it'd be
that,
like,
man.
ha ha ha, get wrecked, consumers.
I couldn't do it. You guys already know I get paranoid sometimes just with my phone. You know, I don't want that in my brain where they have access to it. So I don't know. I guess me personally right now is the age of 24. No chip for me.
I say why not? I just don't look forward to the potential surgery that would have to happen for it to be implanted in my brain.
That's what you're looking for.
That's what I don't look forward to.
Yeah.
That's scary.
I'm thinking- I think
that's what's-
Is that more
Scary?
scary than them potentially being able to take control of your body?
Yeah.
or target your brain or control your like thoughts.
Yeah.
All right.
And to each their own.
I guess. Yeah, cool. I don't.
The faster I can get to
understand that.
Reddit, the better my life.
Oh my god.
I guess you would be like a freaking genius at that point because they'd be like, "Hey, Cole, what year did this car have a recall or whatever?"
You
And
just think it, and then
you're like,
boom.
"Poof, oh, that was 1975," and me and Zay are on Google trying to find it. Okay, Google, find this, and Cole's like, "I already got it, dude. I got everything up in this noggin. All
Oh.
those math questions that we tried to answer in the beginning, instant."
You just think about it and the calculator's up.
Yep, I still don't want it though.
Man, I don't know if that's gonna be very fun to witness. We're probably gonna witness something like that in our lifetimes.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
he's working on the Neuralink. And
I don't know how. I don't know if I like that, man. That's
I'm-
crazy.
chip or no chip then, Zay?
Well, Zay's clearly no
No
chip.
Thane, chip or no chip?
I'll eat a real chip,
I don't
guy.
want
Is that what
chip.
you're
No
asking?
chip?
Me too.
So 3 no chips, 1 sure. But the surgery is it's gonna make
It's
it a little
scary
easy.
surgery.
Thane-
Yeah.
Wait, Thane said no.
No chip.
Way to be,
What
Thane.
What's
It's
the
gonna be
future?
a norm, I'm pretty sure.
What's the future required to have some kind of hard authentication, like you need a chip or maybe some kind of device. It's like, hey, where's your phone? Like your phone is like your identification, and you use that. If you don't have a phone, as a legal citizen, you need one. Otherwise, they're gonna put you in the gulag or something.
It's gonna be.
Jeez.
I think that chip thing is gonna be a pretty big norm, maybe in like 40 years or so, and then the old people that don't get the chip are gonna be the boomers that people always talk about. They're gonna be like, look at those boomers. They're
It'll
gonna
be me.
Look at those.
I'll be a boomer.
Gen X or.
Look at those
That
Gen
didn't get the
Zers.
thing.
I just feel like since it would be an invasion of the body, they have to offer alternatives for people that don't want the chip. Like,
No.
assuming that
Just
it's going the way
euthanize
that
me at
Thane.
that point. Euthanize me.
Well, we'll be old men or dead by then anyway.
Exactly.
so.
Just put me down.
But I'm saying if it was like the world that Thane's talking about, where you have to have the ID, like I think they would have to offer alternatives, so you could have an external device, or you could have the chip.
I feel like a lot of this would be very regulated because of how invasive it potentially could be. I'm not saying that like people couldn't hack into it or anything like that, but I feel like the whole being able like the companies, I don't think they'd be able to take over control over you because that would be very much so against the government and they would all get in very much trouble. But I mean, that doesn't mean a hacker couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean-
that potentially is just what would scare me.
Like Cyberpunk 2077, he hack into people's brains. Just
cyber
Watch
prank.
Dogs.
Cyber prank.
you got cyberpunked.
Have you looked up the lore of Cyberpunk? It's crazy. Like the tabletop lore. Like it's like everything outside of Night City is just horrible.
A mess.
Yeah.
Well, Night
Like-
City looks like a mess too.
I think it was like Detroit, like that's like considered a war zone, and they just seal it off. And if you're, it's like it says if you're born, it's a crime just for you being born there.
Nice.
wow.
Well,
Wowza.
ladies and gentlemen of the audience, this is going to be the last episode of the year. This is episode 145,
We did it.
and then we're gonna take a.
Big milestone.
A sabbatical.
145.
Yeah, we're probably gonna take like a
Yes.
three week break,
3 months back.
maybe even an entire month.
What's a
3 months.
sabbatical?
Just like
Dude, but
time off.
if we took
Oh.
3 months and then every day we just slap out of a video, talking every day.
That's so much work.
Slap
Your
it
daily
out.
uploads.
Say
I
we gotta
mean,
get
like,
you doing
Yeah,
like more
I mean,
than
like,
2 videos a year.
if that was the
Yeah.
case, it'd be me and Sky doing 30 videos each and you doing 0?
Ouch.
Yikes.
Jeez.
Say we would need more rad vibes.
Oh gosh.
It's a big ouch to things ego there. Just shot him through the heart.
Listen, all right, Spider-Man will come out.
Before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We got a
I've-
Thane lock.
Gun to his head. He
Doesn't
says
mean
it's
a
coming
lot,
out.
but we got one.
Listen, I'm working on it. When it comes out, you're all gonna love me for. I'm taking my time with
We're gonna
this
shoot some web shoots out everywhere.
Out of our web shooters.
Or love shooters.
Taking
I'm-
my time to perfect the rhyme, and I still got love for the streets.
I'm assuming. So you've been spending more time learning your rap game than you have editing the video.
True, he has.
Yeah.
He watches a lot of rap VTubers, and that's how he learned from the best. And Kid Cudi.
Then how much time or how long of a video it's gonna be?
20
How long do you
minutes,
20 minutes?
maybe
I don't know
even
if I
more.
could do that.
I can't watch
Sky
20
released
minutes.
a 20-minute video.
Last
Just
week.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
only watched 30 seconds of it, so that says a lot.
oh,
Just
I
the
watched
intro,
it
that's
during my
30
lunch
second long
break, so I
intro.
could.
Let's go, Thane. Thank you for the support.
Yes. See what I mean? I'm here for you, bro.
Thank
Give
you.
him that
Thane,
watch
did you watch
time,
my
dude.
Thank
last
you.
video?
Yeah, I watch
Hell
all
yeah,
the
bro.
videos.
You do?
Yeah.
I really didn't think you did.
What's the last
There's a
video?
while there, I
Can you
didn't think
remind
you
me
did
what
at
the
all.
last video was?
Was it a shooter?
It was Power Rangers.
No, Cole did
Cole did the shooter.
anime one.
Wasn't the
Bright
AAA?
Memories too.
Oh yeah,
It's
Bright
the
Memories.
AAA indie whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did it.
Yeah, I watched that one.
I noticed my sister commented on that video.
Did you respond?
I just I put so she wrote is Thane okay?
Oh, that's your sister?
That was my sister.
Oh, I'm like, I see that. I'm like, who is that?
And
Because
so-
they come back often. I'm like, I mean,
sent-
they watch
I sent
videos.
the emoji.
That's all you said?
That's all I said.
Oh my gosh.
The lore
My
is
sister
unraveling.
has like genuine concern for me, and you're like, I don't know. It's like,
Well, it's definitely. I mean, it's the narrative. It's the narrative.
Yeah, we got to play into it.
Got to push that narrative.
So I don't know if
Of
you guys
radkatz
noticed.
being the best.
I responded to another guy that was a real doozy.
What'd he say?
Was it that like book that he sent you? That dude. This guy showed me this book that somebody.
I really want to do
commented.
this thing where every week on the podcast we pick like a comment of the week, and
All right,
obviously,
let's pick this one right now. Then.
yeah,
Let's start
obviously
it
when we
at the
get
end of the year.
when
we're
we get
gonna
more
preview a new
comments,
sketch. Tell us what you think.
when we get more comments, it'll probably be better because
Oh, is this that was called a sketch?
Or a segment.
we don't get these very often.
See, there's my little thinking
Staying
emoji.
okay.
So this is the dude. He says, and his name's Disabled Man. By the
Whoa,
way.
you just
What
doxed him?
disabled
Yeah.
man.
They don't know how to spell it.
I don't know if I should laugh at that.
Anyway, he says, first, return it. This is the Zelda Breath of the Wild video. First, return it if you like Zelda and buy an actual Zelda game. Alternatively, all caps. First, return if you like Dark Souls and buy Dark Souls. This game is amazing, he's quoting me. I heard the soy in your voice when you said that. No, all caps, one wants to take Link everywhere. They want to effing play Legend of Zelda.
League of Legends.
And then I responded all smart-assily. I said, why would you watch a video on a game you don't like? Thanks for watching, though.
Wait, so did you like your own comment, or did someone like it?
I think somebody else
Wait,
liked
wait,
it.
wait,
What
don't
if
click
he
it,
liked
don't
it?
click it yet, don't
What
click
if
it
what
yet.
if he liked it?
I wanna dissect the first one a little bit.
Okay.
I heard the
This guy's
soy
definitely
in your
disabled.
voice. What's the soy?
Like soy boy.
Ooh.
Well, I'm gonna
What does it
roast
mean to
It's
hear
kinda
soy in
like
somebody's
the-
voice?
It's almost like it's just like a, for lack of a better term, like beta, like a beta.
Yeah, beta
kind of
male.
yeah.
like a soy boy.
Hey.
They only
Yeah.
they have a lot of estrogen in their bodies. What they're trying to say. Because
Yikes.
soy has a lot of
I
estrogen.
also don't get by the no one wants to take Link everywhere because
That's literally every Zelda
That's
game.
a very
you dumb
subjective,
butthole.
a very subjective comment.
First, return if you like Zelda and buy an actual Zelda. So what is an actual Zelda game? So
Like-
let's just
like you remember that one that I played that took us months and months. That's an actual Zelda game.
to him that's an actual Zelda game.
It's the traditional Zelda formula, yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Okay,
so,
just so I feel like that guy kind of revealed himself by that comment. It sounds like he's a lot older.
and he doesn't like change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like if it's a new format, I don't play those, but like if it's a new format and he's used to the older ones, I'm guessing he's an older guy that's like
Yeah.
lived through them and played them all.
I love how the comic gives you two first options
Yeah.
instead of like a
That's funny
because
because he's working on another video. Well, I'm not gonna say.
Alternatively, first
Yeah.
return if you like Dark Souls and buy Dark Souls.
But yeah, no one's.
But if you like Dark Souls, wouldn't you already own Dark Souls?
no one's stopping you if you're gonna play Dark.
You know,
All right, okay, cool. Let's show him the
This
books,
guy
guy.
is just-
Well,
Show him the book.
So before we go
This
to the
game
book,
is
though,
amazing.
before we go to the book, though, I do want to say, I'll give you this. I don't know if it's soy in my voice, but this was like one of the very first.
He's not the most We're not the most masculine sounding dudes. I'll give
Yeah,
you that.
definitely not. But this was one of the first voiceover videos I ever did, and even I go back and listen to this. I'm like, dude, there's no enthusiasm. I sound like I'm
you have
dying.
zero enthusiasm in
Yeah.
that video. Your first is, this is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, 5 things to do first.
Yeah, literally, it's like
and what's funny though is that's the one that like that's how people are introduced to the channel.
I know.
I know, right?
So it's like,
But
I mean, we're thankful for it, but
yeah, if you go read a lot
I
of the
mean,
comments, though, there are a lot of them. I
I-
would say like 80 or 90% are positive.
and I
Yeah.
think for anyone that like does it, like you do like a first video like that, and then like you get better with time. You go back to that, and it's almost like a little cringy because it's like I'm a lot better than I am at this, but like you won't know that because like you're not
Unless you go click
watching
on the
another
others.
video first. You're watching this one first.
Yeah.
So
I'll give you that one, Disabled Man, but still, my question still
He's
stands.
reading the
that's
name.
his
He's just
actual
reading
name.
the name.
That's his actual
The
name.
YouTube
He's
name.
not just saying that. It's
Yeah.
his actual
My
name.
question still stands,
Despite
though.
that horrible joke I made.
Why would you click on a video that you know is about a game you don't like? Like, I don't do that.
Oh, it's because they want to troll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And they-
that's a
and they,
good
like-
answer, I guess.
And they have enough
But
time
this
to
is
like do
this
that.
is a high trolling effort.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and read this giant novel to you guys.
Oh man.
By the way, just future anyone that comments, we don't appreciate novels.
Wait,
I don't want to
you-
reply.
read
I
more
mean,
of
you
it. There's a lot-
can.
Right.
Sorry,
I mean, you
sorry.
can write novels, but like,
Oh
you're
my
probably
gosh.
not gonna read them.
So this is he adds. Also, it's not like I disliked your video. Was witty and funny. Answer, I'm trying to literally research what I can do to make this game fun for me rather than tedious. Okay, I guess he did answer it right there.
Yeah.
Every other Zelda game managed to be somehow fun despite all odds. This game, I can't read. Someone else read it.
This game has some elements, but this is a AAA game company that has 3 years. That's had 3 years. Is charging $60 for a broken physics engine.
What?
I disagree
overly
with
copy
that.
and pasted
disagree with that
assets,
too.
few monster diversity, 900 micro collectibles, 120 shines, of which 1/4 are the same or completely lame,
Completely
small
lame.
as dungeons, an open world Zelda game where barely anything changes in the regions, and the list goes on with mechanics that blatantly ripped from other open world games that those games literally include just to give the illusion of content. It's a long. He didn't take
Yeah.
any breaks there. It was
Yeah,
a
it
long
keeps
sentence.
going.
I'll keep reading.
It's a long sentence.
Speaking of content, most of the content in this game that is actually enjoyable is just from the DLC. Sure, the labyrinths were cool until I realized they weren't even real mazes, and they had no lore behind them. The island that took your items were cool. The Shadow Forest was cool. Some aspects of traveling were cool. Sand seals, horse controls were better. But essentially, all things that didn't really contribute to the story or overall gameplay in the slightest, except that cool sand fish fight. This game just was a very epic visually, but not epic in any other way.
I mean,
See, I feel like that guy's opinion is very. He's in the minority. On
Can I want to
'Cause
talk
this game
about
is
it.
like critically acclaimed, is it not?
So, I can agree to an extent with a lot of what he says, but he specifically picked the worst part of everything that he listed, and he expanded that worst part even bigger than it actually is. Let me give you an example. Like the 120 shrines, which 1/4 are the same, are completely lame. Saying that they're the same or completely lame is incorrect. While they can be lame to some people's opinions, but they're all different. They're all definitely different, but they can be very similar. Similar should have been the word instead of same.
yeah.
And I agree. The 120 shrines are not fun. I didn't like them. I didn't do them all. I think it's dumb to put that many things into the game. They really should have focused. In my opinion, that's my thing. I would have liked maybe less shrines and then a couple bigger dungeons rather than just the
Say
divine
like
beasts.
probably a
that
good
were fun.
hot maybe 60 cut in half.
Yeah, cut it in half and then put more work
Yeah.
in the divine beast to make actual interesting dungeons than just a bigger shrine, if that makes any sense. But the one thing that I had the most beef with is the broken physics engine. It's not a broken physics engine by any means.
It's isn't the Havoc physics extension?
I don't know what it's called. I just know that it's phenomenal. It's one of the best physic engines I've seen in a video game before. I wonder if part of the reason why they are saying it's broken is because a lot of the speedrunning glitches. But I mean, that's what they are. They're glitches. You're not going to encounter those on accident.
And not everyone can do them. Like, they take some practice and precision to do some of them.
Yeah. I don't know. I can understand where a lot of this is coming from. That's just the two things that I guess one thing I had issue with.
So what I noticed when I first read this, and maybe I'm completely wrong in thinking this, but I feel like this is an individual that doesn't like open world games.
True.
This is the same thing that I've noticed with people that don't like the new Halo Infinite, is I just don't think they get or they don't like open world games, which is totally fine. Like, you're allowed to have your opinions. But when I played Zelda Breath of the Wild, I instantly fell in love with it because I love open world. I love being able to do whatever the crap I want. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I still like linear games that kind of shove you one way or the other. Even like just a typical Zelda formulaic game where it's not open world. It's like, okay, well, as you continue to progress through the game, you're unlocking and receiving things to unlock more of whatever the world has to offer. But it's the same, people use the same excuse, or not excuse, it's the same reason why people don't like the new Halo game, is because they feel like maybe it's overwhelming, or I don't know. I just feel like people that don't like open world games don't know how to make their own fun. And I feel like that's a big appeal for me personally in open world games, especially with the new Halo and Breath of the Wild, is just making your own fun. It's like the developers say, here's the tools and here's the physics of how the game works, and you learn how it is, and then you just kind of go off and make your own adventure, and that's what's so much fun for me.
It's interesting because I don't personally love open world games. I've realized recently that they're not my favorite type of game. I much prefer the hallway simulator, if you will. But Breath of the Wild is one of the open world games I've actually finished.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really enjoyed that one. Granted, I didn't play 120 hours. I probably put 30 to 40 hours tops, if that. And I just did the main dungeons and then did the main boss, and that was it. I didn't even finish the DLC just because I wasn't enjoying that too much. But, like, just the gist of the game, like, quite enjoyable.
No, I really like the final boss of the DLC.
I don't know if I even got to it.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's one of the
fun.
better bosses. I like open world games, but I don't like when they give you too much stuff to do, like start filling icons with the map, because then you feel overwhelmed. I just like to kind of like have just like start to slowly introduce things until you're comfortable, and then like as you start to discover more things, like wow, this is pretty nice. Kind of like Ghost of Tsushima. It like slowly reveals parts of you, and there's like parts of the world, and there's like usually it's question marks, but there's not a crap ton of stuff flowing over the map, and it's like, and it only highlights like the important story stuff, and I really like that. So there you go.
Also, if you go into the Breath of the Wild game looking for a story, you're not going to have a good time.
Yeah.
That's my last thought.
Yeah,
I mean-
the story's an afterthought pretty much.
Yeah, but I mean, I enjoyed the story, but I think I mostly just like the live cutscenes of Link and Zelda. That's the relationship I cared about the most.
Yeah. I agree with that. That's the best part about it. But, like, the overall story's not great just because the characters are good.
Yeah, and
I don't even know if I'd say Link's a good character. He's
He's-
kind of characterized, but not really.
yeah, there's literally nothing there.
Zelda's a good character.
He's a blank slate.
Yeah, in my opinion, he's equivalent to Master Chief, even though with this new game, well, the last couple games, they've been trying to give Chief more emotion. But I would say that Breath of the Wild and Halo Infinite, like, I don't want to say that Halo Infinite's a Breath of the Wild clone, but there's a lot of similarities. One of them being that is the story's I mean, it's got its moments, but what made the story for me is the
Have you-
characters.
In Halo 1 through 3, have you ever noticed that Master Chief, well, you probably noticed Master Chief never speaks during combat?
Yeah, it's only cutscenes.
Yeah. That's why he doesn't have very good characterization, because he's like just a silent protagonist in the gameplay.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess and just to wrap up this man's comment is, like, that's fine. He can, this is his opinion, obviously, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I feel like I've just come to the conclusion that open world games aren't for everybody. And I'm a bit of a hypocrite just even saying this, though, because the idea of GTA I've always loved. But for some reason, I've just never been able to get into GTA. Like, the most fun I have with GTA is just dicking around with you
know,
guys.
that's funny. I tried playing GTA 4, and I didn't like the shooting. I didn't like the forced lock-on that they had, and I'm thinking, if this game, well, this game is to be a lot of shooting, and I don't really like the shooting, so I kind of stopped playing it. And then Red Dead Redemption came out, and they improved the shooting.
Still lock on though.
Kind of, but it's like a different, like where it like snaps to it, but you can still move. What I didn't like about GTA 4 is that you snap to it and you can't move. It's like very clunky moving.
Yeah, that's an older game too though.
Yeah, but yeah, and Red Dead's one of my favorite games, and kind of has the same fundamental design as GTA 4, but they just fixed the aiming. Yeah.
And honestly, I think another big appeal, and this is probably where I can understand why you kind of just like the linear what'd you call it? The wall simulator?
The hallway simulator.
Hallway simulator, yeah. And I feel like one of the biggest appeals for open world games for me is just the randomness that can happen. Like, Breath of the Wild has a lot of randomness that can happen. Obviously, you have to initiate some of the said randomness, but like Halo Infinite's the same way. GTA's the same way. I just love the randomness that can happen in some of these open world games. That, for me, is like, in and of itself, one of the best parts.
It's interesting because I think about some of the open world games I've played in recent memory, which is the two I can think of are Cyberpunk 2077 and Xenoblade Chronicles. I don't even know if you can really count Xenoblade Chronicles as an open world. Like, it's got very open areas, but it's got a pretty linear story.
It's semi-open world.
Yeah, because when you get to an area, it's completely open. You can basically go anywhere unless there's, like, something you don't get until later to unlock it, but much like a classic Zelda game, I guess. But then Cyberpunk, you can literally do anything that's opened up at the as soon as you can walk around the city and stuff. But once again, with those games, the way I played them is I selected a mission, went to that mission and completed it, and then went to the next thing wherever my GPS told me to go, basically. So that kind of just explains more so what how I play these kind of games. I don't really explore that much on my own self. I do occasionally, but for the most part, I don't.
You know, I'd like an open world game to like try to go back to the days of Morrowind, where instead of actually taking the map and like telling you exactly where to go, you need hints and areas around the world to like kind of, and you got to figure out where to go, or just ask people. It's like, oh, it's over there up that mountain. Like, you got to like actually interact with the world. That's kind of what Shenmue did. It's pretty dated, but like it had a very interesting concept of like asking people and then going to the world, or looking at a local map and just saying like, and yeah, there's a lot of like waiting around. It's like, wait at 3:00 at the wherever, I can't remember the locations, but it's like
the laundromat.
You had to wait, and like it's very dated. But like I want a game to like kind of just, and Shenmue 2 actually fixed that by having you actually wait in an area and it like did a time skip. But I kind of want a game to like go back and do that, kind of like how Breath of the Wild gave you kind of freedom to do whatever. I kind of want a game to like kind of not lead you around and kind of have you figure it out.
Another open world game I just remembered I played recently, or still playing, is Forza Horizon 5. But I don't really leave the road that much. The only time I've ever left like the main roads or the dirt roads, actually like roads that are marked on the map, was to go get collectibles. That I had a map open to my second monitor telling me exactly where they were. I didn't really go do that exploring. I play that game because I like to race, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess another thing too that I actually really, really like about open world games too is we could all play the same open world game and we're going to get a completely different experience out of it. Obviously, this person has played Breath of the Wild and has had a horrendous experience. And I've played through the game twice and put 90 hours each into both times that I played the game. And like, I've just absolutely loved it.
I've played through it twice too. I was addicted for a while.
Yeah, I was addicted to it. Like, I burned through Halo Infinite really quickly. Like, I was addicted to that. I still have been playing it. I love that thing. But even when we play GTA, though, because, like, I feel like whenever we play with you guys, like, I have such a fun time, but I don't know. I just don't know if I would ever play that game by myself. And maybe I should, because it does tick a lot of boxes for me.
Gotta give it a shot, Sky. Just give it a shot.
I need to. Can
and
we
like
play through the campaign together?
You're starting. I feel like GTA 5, as far as like playability and like all of like almost like the best of all the worlds of all the games is that. So like, if you start with that, I mean I've liked it since I started playing it when I was like a kid. So I mean, maybe I'm just kind of biased, but I feel like if you're coming from that perspective, try GTA 5 first. That would be my recommendation, and then hopefully it hooks you kind of like just like how it is, the chaos and like how it plays, and then maybe you can go back and play the other ones, because then you're already introduced to that world of like just how weird GTA is. All the games are so weird in their own way. I feel like the characters are fun in GTA 5 too, because you can switch between 3 different characters, and that's how you play out throughout the whole campaign, as you're doing missions for all 3 characters. And I think that's fun, is you get to like see, because they're all completely different. They all have different missions, and like it's just their personality and their voice, like the voice acting is pretty cool. So I think you should play the campaign, dude.
How long is the GTA 5 campaign off the top of your head? 30 hours probably?
Close to that, yeah. I would say close in that range.
Okay, I'm just curious.
But I think, like, I remember there were, like, when I played through it, like, last year, whenever it was, maybe it was 2 years ago now, I played through it again. I remember, like, just getting, like, I've beat the story maybe 3 or 4 times now, but sometimes, like, I'll just be playing, and I'm like, dude, this is so much fun because of all the randomness. Because, like, there's still some things that happen that I didn't know about. So there's a lot of randomness that can happen still, even after you played through it, that like you didn't experience the first like 1 or 2 times. So I think that's fun too. But playing it for the first time, you're learning about the story. You're learning about, because now I have an idea what's going to happen in the story, like what characters will do or say, and like the twists and turns. But for like the first time, it's I think it'd be fun, dude. I wish I could play it all over again, because I still remember the first time I played through it. So much fun. I'll play through it again, honestly, if you want to. If that's like what will make you, I guess, will help you get through it.
Can we play through it together? Like the campaign, is it co-op or no?
No, you can't.
No.
But like, I mean, honestly, if you just wanted to, like, I don't know, I don't know.
Play
I don't know how
alongside
you'd
each
want
other
to
or
do that.
something?
Yeah. But I
I've
think
never actually
I just
played-
want you to give it a shot. That's all.
I should.
I never
'cause
played through the campaign, and I probably should, because like Red Dead, they also improved the shooting. They'll have that lock-on shooting. It's just the snap aiming, but it's
Well,
like
GTA 5 doesn't have any like focus. It's just you aim like normal.
it's in the campaign that has the snap aiming.
I played a little bit of the campaign. I don't remember any snap aiming in GTA 5 anyway.
I don't feel like it's as
I think
bad.
I think it's the controller.
I don't think it's
controls.
as
I think it's
bad.
the
Oh
mouse.
yeah, I've never played GTA 5 off of a controller.
Yeah, on controller you can do like the auto, like the aim assist or
I
whatever.
see.
But I like that though, because it's like, I mean, if you're trying to like mow down like
Yeah, for
30
me,
dudes in front of you,
the
I mean, you
controls
need
are very
well,
stiff.
But you're driving
so, like,
most of
when
the
you
time
do
too,
that,
though. Driving
Yeah.
on controller is so much better.
Yeah, whenever I play open world games and I need to drive, I just suck it up and use a mouse and keyboard. I don't unless it's well, I don't know, because even airplanes I can do mouse and keyboard nowadays too. I don't know. I kind of just suck it up. It's definitely better with a controller, but having to switch back and forth is kind of jarring to me.
Yeah, and for that game, I mean, I've always played on controller. That's why I'm like, I stick to it. But like the driving's so much better. I feel like I don't know. It's just a better, because you grew up with the controller too, so maybe that
Yeah.
would just make it a better experience. But
Yeah.
I feel like I've noticed on mouse and keyboard, like I've played a little bit online. It's just so, I don't know. It just doesn't feel. I wouldn't want you to go into it that way, because I feel like you'll get frustrated almost. Because if you just
Well,
do controller off the bat,
Maybe
might
that's
give you a
what
better
bugs
shot.
me though. Like I said, I like the chaos, but sometimes when I'm driving, you guys know, I'm like a freaking F tier driver in that game, and it's really bad.
yeah.
But I am using mouse and keyboard, so
Yeah, I just think to give you the best shot, give it a fair shot, you should probably do controller.
yeah. And I guess my last thought on this whole open world debate is, I feel like people that go into an open world game and I don't know, maybe their just expectations are not what they think they are. And I would argue that most open world games don't have a good story. And I feel like that's because the story does kind of just take a backseat to what I mean, it's literally just a sandbox, right? I feel like most open world games are just a sandbox for you to go dick around in and
Yeah.
see what you can do. You kind of create your own fun. And so I feel like people that don't like open world games or like this guy who, I don't know, just was not, I guess he didn't get what he thought he was wanting or whatever. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. I just feel like people's expectations, if they're wanting, like you already said it, Cole, if you're wanting a good story, don't play Breath of the Wild. You know
Don't play
what I mean?
Zelda.
Yeah, don't play Zelda in
Play
general.
Last of Us 1.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know. I mean, does that make sense, though? Like, open world games are more of like a playground for you to just go have fun in.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
Play
I don't
the-
know. I'm
Play
not saying
the-
it's for everybody, though. You're allowed to hate them. It doesn't bother me.
But to go on a video and really watch, hopefully you watch the whole thing. Because if you just commented that, not even watch the whole thing, like, dude, come on. Why go onto someone's video, a small channel, and comment something like that? It's like, all right, man, cool. Like, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish here.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It's like you're kind of in the wrong kind of neighborhood if you're commenting stuff like that. Because usually people are going to this because they got it and they're excited, or like they want to learn how to play the game or do better.
Yeah. And, like, I don't know. I can understand some of the tedious stuff he's talking about. Like, the game's really difficult in the beginning because you suck. You're trying to literally learn how to play just by dying a million times. But once you get it, man, it's just fun. I don't know. We had two very different experiences, my friend. And that's okay. I think that's what a good video game does, is it gives everybody a different experience.
Yay.
If you want a good story, you could play Marvel's Guardians. I don't know. It's right here.
I really want to play that game so
Guardians
bad.
Galaxy won Best Narrative at the
Oh,
Game Awards,
man.
but I don't like I don't like the Game Awards. I just watch the game reveals. The actual show is just.
I want to play that game so bad.
So, before we wrap
I
up,
will
though,
play that game.
since this is going to be the last episode of the year of 2021, what are some of your guys' favorite parts of the year looking back? And then what are some of your goals for the future of whether it's your personal or just goals of the
This
channel?
guy over here trying to make me set goals. What a guy.
What a gamer.
Little guy. I guess I'll go first. I just feel like our channel's grown exponentially. Like last year, around this time, we hit 1,000 subscribers, and we've almost quadrupled that. Just really exciting.
400%, 300% increase.
300% increase.
It would be really
Yeah.
cool. It would be really
Some good
cool
numbers.
to like.
Put
I
it to
think-
that every month.
big number. Make
400,
make-
300% increase every month.
give
That'd be
me
great.
serotonin.
That'd be
Hey,
crazy.
hey guys, if you want a
That is
depressing
serotonin?
narrative, play Nier Replicant version
I think it's
1.255. I can't.
What?
I did.
The stuff that makes your brain happy, like the chemical that your
The
brain makes.
dopamine.
Yeah,
Dopamine.
There you go.
What
I
the
was trying
frick
to
is
think of the word.
serotonin?
Serotonin is a similar.
I
It's
think
like serotonin's a similar feeling.
I think
Is it?
serotonin makes you happy.
Yeah.
Serotonin's natural though. Dopamine's not.
Melatonin.
I didn't say melatonin.
Yeah.
No, hold
I
on.
gave that
Sky,
one.
melatonin is the
Sleepy
is a sleep one, right?
Yeah.
Dopamine is what like
So I
something
think it's
that
dopamine and serotonin.
Big number make me feel good. Thank you guys.
Yeah. I think my goal for the year is it would be cool for all of us to be able to quit our jobs. So we could
Yeah.
sit down this time next year and be able to do YouTube full time.
Yeah, I love that.
That'd be a great.
And
That's
I
my
definitely
goal.
have more drive to work on videos because usually when I get home, I just don't want to work on stuff like after I get from work because
You
I've
kind of
worked.
just want to OJ a little bit.
Yeah, yes, I just want to OG. Mother. I just want to. I don't want to do like something I'm working on, but if it was like something. Like, I don't know, like, if I treated it like a hobby, then I definitely work on it more. But I don't treat it like a hobby. And I'm trying to figure out ways to like put more into it, and hopefully by next year I'll find something that really just takes off.
If you knew it was a guaranteed like million views on that video, how would that
I'd definitely
would that
get it
influence
out.
you?
I'd definitely get it out.
Man, it's weird to think about.
Wow. What would
No, I'm
that
not.
be like?
I'm not thinking it's a bad thing. I'm just thinking it's interesting, kind of like how that drives.
knew
That could
people were
drive someone
waiting
if like
for it,
you
I'd-
knew people were expecting it and wanting it,
If I knew people
and that would
were,
drive you even more to do it. That's crazy.
Yeah, 'cause
I think.
I'd have more of an obligation. If people want it, if they're waiting for it, it's like, damn, I better work on this.
But the thing is, you can't get that obligation until you work, though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we're doing it.
And that's the hardest part. Is to
And
like,
that's why we try to get you to do it too, thing. So you don't just go, oh wow,
yeah,
there it
no,
is. Better do it now.
I'm working on it.
That's good.
But yeah, like to have like, and it's not really you're doing this for the money. It's more you're doing this for an audience, for the people. Like, yeah, the money's great, but what you really want to do is for your fans. You want, like, it feels better to have admirers than a bunch of cash. Like,
I feel like you have to do it for yourself first.
yeah, you do it for yourself. Like, if you don't like what you're doing, then don't do that. Even if the fans like it, like, just be honest, say, I don't like doing this. I'm going to try something different. Make sure you like doing it yourself before anyone else. I mean, and that's what happens to some people. Like, some people get put on projects that, like, they have no faith in and they just pump it out.
Any AAA title that's been released in
Yeah.
the last 2 years.
They're just doing it for a job, for a pay stub. And that's kind of sad.
I mean, we're all doing that right now, aren't we?
Yeah. You just dropping meat on the grill for a pay stub.
I guess I can't complain. I feel like my job, no offense to you guys, is a little bit more fulfilling. Personally.
Wow, you would say that.
I
Well,
mean, it's what you
music,
like.
man.
At the
You-
same time,
like
you're
music.
practicing though. You're keeping that fresh in your mind, your skill.
Yeah.
And with my job, I'm not gonna use that stuff.
I don't use my
Ever.
stuff either.
Man,
never gonna use it.
if
So
I
like,
was
I'm not really
working-
practicing other. Like, only thing really I can think of is like a social kind of aspect, like social skills.
I'm not even
Talk to
getting that.
people.
That's about it. But like, yeah.
At least Thane can take learning how to make a burger later on. Like that's good for him, I guess.
Well, the thing is the equipment they're using is like a flat grill you press down. So
Well, you
unless
probably know how
wanna
to operate under heavy amounts of stress, like during lunch hour.
Yeah.
That's.
But
gotta be
also too, I think
counseled.
I've heard that ex-employees or former employees of Wendy's can have the square burger shipped to their house directly.
Ooh,
Is that true?
benefits.
No, but that would be amazing.
No.
No, they're fresh, never frozen.
No, but you know what's one thing? You know what's BS that people come over and they say like, "This patty has pink in it," or "It's raw." It's like that's how it cooks. They press it down and it's just a little pink. It's still healthy. It's
Have
just
you ever heard
so
of
if you ever see
medium
it,
rare?
yeah, if you ever see it a little pink on the inside, that's because
It's probably because they cook every burger medium.
yes. Otherwise, it would probably overcook it and wouldn't taste as good. That's probably why it tastes so good is because it's just a little medium, so that it's like
Hits different.
yeah, like
That burger hit different.
yeah.
Take
like,
that McDonald's and your over.
if you look at the health
well-done
and safety
burgers.
facts, like yes, we cook our burgers medium well. That's probably like the FDA standard or something. I don't know.
McDonald's is it well done.
Yeah, they have it borderline burnt.
Yeah.
I don't like McDonald's burgers right now.
Why not?
They've just been really, really bad within the last couple months.
Dude, I got a
Yeah.
chicken sandwich and the bread was stale. I'm like, what is this? Did they like bake the bread?
Man,
to where
every time I order like a
crust-
deluxe
it's
or
like-
something,
it's like
I've
it's
been-
supposed to be soft.
I've been really liking the deluxe burgers because it has like tomatoes and onions on it, and lettuce, and they always forget the tomato and lettuce. It's like,
So
dude,
it's just onions?
that's extra. Why do you keep forgetting this? Like that cost me more money. I should probably stop doing it, but I want it. But they don't give it. It's like, come on,
Maybe
guys.
just say it. Maybe just say it like, please include whatever it is.
It feels like I have to
Tomatoes and
like instead
lettuce.
of saying deluxe, I have to custom order it. Like, I'll take a double quarter
Double
pounder,
quarter
but I
pounder with,
want to
yeah.
add tomatoes and lettuce on it. And
The quarter pounder actual patty is the only good patty at McDonald's, in my opinion,
Yeah.
right now.
Jeez, that's a hot.
It's not even a hot take. It's a truth take.
I've
That's
always-
a that's a well done
I've
take.
heard it from I've heard it from many people that the quarter pounder
just
burger is
joking.
the only
I have
burger
no
to get at
idea.
McDonald's.
yeah,
Dude, those cheeseburgers aren't hitting good anymore.
They're not as good as they used to be. They definitely cook them way too much right now, and they're extra thin or something. Or I don't know. They're just not as good as they used to be.
Maybe they should switch the square patty formula.
That could help.
Yeah.
yeah. I think everything
You know,
should
if
switch
you,
to the
cook-
square
if
patty
you,
formula. It's just more meat.
If you make your
We don't cut
patty, if you
corners.
grow your patty in a square shape, then it's probably a lot better.
No, Sky, they literally are cutting corners because if you cut the corners off a square patty,
True.
you get a circle.
They are cutting
Yeah.
corners, guys.
You're cutting corners.
No, I'm saying Wendy's, we don't cut corners.
They don't.
there
You're
you go,
right.
there you go,
McDonald's does because they cut them off
Unless-
the square.
Unless we take a square patty and lay it over the circle. And
You know
the
what
circle's
Wendy's
actually bigger,
should
then they
do?
cut corners.
You know
They
what
actually
Wendy's
cut
should
lines.
do? They should do the square patties. Like, I mean, square. They already do square patties. They should do square buns.
They should do triangle patties. That's the smartest thing ever.
Oh my god!
if they did a freaking like PlayStation collab, and they have
Yo,
like an X, and they have a
PlayStation shaped patties.
A square, circle, triangle.
That'd be
They have an
sweet.
L1 patty.
That'd be sweet.
I
like
want.
an X. Oh, you wouldn't
I
need
want
an
the
X
touchback
burger.
patty.
I
You
need
wouldn't
an
need an
X
X burger.
Maybe
I want a
it's
deep.
sick.
I want a D-pad burger.
That'd be kind of cool. But then, dude, that'd be
Just
super
an X
easy.
burger, but
That'd be
turned.
super easy to dip into the sauce thing. Like if you have a little cup, it's easy to dip in there.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's like
It sure would be. I'm not saying it's not.
I'd try an
yeah,
X burger.
interesting.
Well, yeah. Before we wrap up, I mean that was kind of my goal. What are some of your guys' goals for this upcoming year, and maybe what were some of your guys' favorite projects to work on this year?
Definitely Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Well, the edits you've shown us have been hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, and when I get it out, I think you guys are really gonna enjoy it. Yeah, there's some moments where it's like, I don't like. Why would you add this like the anime edit? But I thought I just added it because whatever.
I thought it was awesome. It was getting
It's
me
like-
pumped up.
I'm like, I'll just add it because I'm like, I don't care. Like, mostly because a little behind the scenes secret, I didn't have anything scripted. So instead of going back and recording it, I just added a meme or something.
So what is your goal for this year thing? This 2022.
Definitely put out more videos.
I think that's a good goal.
Definitely just take an effort, at least. Maybe do like shorter form videos, because this one's pretty long. Like, and definitely Spider-Man 2 I'm probably going to maybe think about, and then probably not put it out till the end of the year, because I kind of wanted to have the same quality as this one. Just kind of slowly work on it while working on another video.
Nice.
And then for Spider-Man 3, I want to do something big for that. Let's just say it's probably going to cost a lot of money.
Nice. Good thing we got a budget now.
Yeah.
Cole, what about you? What's your goal for the next coming year, and what was some of your favorite projects to work on?
Well, my favorite projects were definitely the Pokemon manga videos that I did this year. I loved those things. They were super, super fun. They really actually meant something to me, and I was actually happy to put something out that I haven't really seen much of on YouTube in general. And so that makes it so my next goal next year is to do more passion projects like those. I'm going to continue to do those because I still got a couple more arcs to cover with that, but I want to do some other things and try to be more specifically focused on some of the things rather than just putting out my bi-weekly game review, if that makes any sense. More passion projects. So I will enjoy them more personally, and it'll feel better to do it. Kind of like what Thane was saying earlier, how he doesn't want it to feel like a job, he wants it to feel like a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to actually like make it feel more like what I'm doing is like fun.
And when I did those manga ones, they're really fun because I really care about that.
Also, I want to do more videos on movies. Like, you guys are doing games, but I kind of want to like go into a different. And I know that with this one, I don't even. Let's just say I don't know if it went through copyright. But I'm trying to like even mirror flip the footage and like shrunk it a bit. So let's hope it goes through. Otherwise, I'm gonna get a
Slapped.
strike. Yeah.
You slapped.
Wow.
That's my goal. That's my goal for 2021.
That's like big goals.
2022.
Yeah.
What's your goal?
Colby,
2027.
we're saying our goals. Do you have a goal? Okay,
Nice. That's a very
good
admirable goal.
it's a good goal.
Let's go.
Let's go. She said her goal for the year is to make like $7 million. That's what it is.
She just made her first million.
She made her first million, and so she needs to make another 7 so she can support Zay for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
What about you, Zay?
Just imagine you do one job and you get like $10 million. You never work again, but that job is something very horrible.
You have to suck a dude's.
You have to
Toe.
suck Bill Gates's.
Nostril.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah,
What
who
if you
wouldn't?
had to work like, let's say, 80-hour weeks
For how long?
for a whole year?
And I get $10 million.
Wait,
Yeah.
can you work 80 hours?
What am I
Is
doing?
that possible?
That sounds like a
Whatever
farm
it
job.
is. I think it's like 78 hours in a week. Never mind. Let's say you're working. Let's say you get 3 hours of sleep a night.
Oh my
Oof.
gosh, that'd be a nightmare. I think you would.
Could
your
you do
body
it?
would die. I think
The
you
whole
would
time
die.
you're just sucking on his nose?
Wait, what? No, I'm saying a job. I'm not saying sucking
What
on
job,
a
though?
nose.
Is
The
it
job was
physically
suck on his
demanding?
nose.
I'm trying to think of a job. Like what?
Wendy's.
Yeah,
What if
maybe
it's something
Wendy's.
monotonous?
Exactly.
For 10 million 1 year, I'll try it. If I die though, like I'll give it my best effort.
Could you do one of the Mr. Beast videos where it's like you have to stand in a circle for like whoever last standing in the circle wins like a certain amount of money?
$100,000.
I'll give it my
Like, would
my
you-
best shot.
Whoever stays in the car the longest.
You guys have seen me. Like I've literally been like wide awake and just instantly gone like the next moment.
That was
wide
me.
awake.
Like,
24
I'll try
hours.
There's that one video where they have to stand in that circle, and Danny Duncan does like how
Hey,
long?
guys,
did he
this
do?
is
I
my-
swear he did like 48 hours. I
Hey,
Hey guys,
swear.
this was my favorite moment of the year.
He's rocking.
Oh,
out
the
and
24-hour
passes
stream.
out.
Yeah.
That was,
That
not
was
my favorite
horrible.
moment of
Fun.
the year.
That was
It's,
fun.
it's always fun for me too. It's just
Not
that
fun for
last
me.
4 hours is just
Like I was fine
blur.
for the
I was fine.
I was fine for the first like 18 hours, but then like it just like you just suddenly like
crept
just
up
hits
on you.
Hate
all
it.
of a sudden you're like,
Absolutely hate it.
oh,
despise it.
I think for next year we can do the.
I think for
I think we
next year
should do the.
don't.
We should do the shifts.
For
Yeah.
next year we just sleep.
And shift.
Actually,
So
sleep.
before we wrap up, Zay,
And shift.
what was one of your favorite projects to work on this year? And
Nance
then
thought he was getting out of it.
what's your goal for next year?
What are you talking about? Cole?
He knew it. I knew it.
Knew what?
You thought you were gonna get out of it.
No, I didn't. I was just trying to think of a
Out of
meaningful
Skylar
answer.
forcing you to do stuff.
I'm a good host.
I would like to, of course, release more songs. That would be good. I need to, just with the amount of time I have and how many things I want to do, it's pretty tough to to try and do it consistently. But that's definitely one of my goals, is to put out more, I guess, video. Not maybe other routes too, but like of course, like video game music related, like songs. I think that's probably one of my top goals, at least for the channel.
Maybe we can get them
Yeah.
on Spotify too this year.
That'd be pretty cool.
We could.
That would be fun.
You know what? I want to make it so that we get games sent to us.
That'd be great.
Yes, like the newest.
We
games.
get review copies.
Yes, and
It'd
we
just be
get
codes.
Elden Ring.
Yeah, they just be
Just
codes
get
by
a little
now.
code.
I
they
want
probably
Elden Ring
s-
early.
Oh, I
would
wanted
love-
to tease something too, but I want Zay to finish what he was saying before I tease it.
Oh, that was it.
Oh,
What
okay.
was your favorite project?
Hey,
you worked
favorite
on this year?
project?
I only released the 2 songs earlier this year. That's about it.
We've worked on other projects with us. Is there just like whatever your favorite thing was you did this year?
Man.
If he doesn't say the podcast, it means he hates you all that listen to it.
Yeah, I hate everyone that listens to the podcast. So, but we're included because we listen to ourselves. So I hate all of us.
That's true.
Yeah. Probably. Trying to think. I really liked the "We're in Hell" song, whatever that was.
That's fun.
The
huh?
filming for that was pretty fun, and you killed that with the green screen. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, the
was
zoom in thing?
perfect.
Yeah,
dude.
I was dying like watching that. I
Put
thought
him
it
in
was so funny.
Minecraft.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny, and but something like that, if you don't watch the video and you only saw that,
Oh, out of context, it makes no sense.
yeah, it's like, oh, these guys are just dancing on a green screen, but just to think that was like a skit or like a song skit within a video, like how much effort went into that. I thought that was pretty funny.
Didn't you help Sky with the music too on that?
I don't
a little
think
bit.
so.
No.
I don't think on that one.
What was
Can't
it?
remember.
What was the? You helped him with the Sonic one. I know we helped him with the Sonic one. The
Yeah.
first
Help
one anyway.
record.
The
Yeah.
rap. That was fun too.
Yeah, just recording. I think that's fun. I thought that video was so funny. I think those videos where you almost put more effort into skits rather than the video itself. I think that's hilarious because it's like a skit hidden inside of a 15-minute video. So it's 2 minutes within this video. You'll see this skit and there's so much effort into it, but it's so funny to me. I think that's hilarious.
The crazy thing about it too, though, is there's lore, and this is probably what Cole's gonna tease. So I'll give him the thunder or the lightning.
That's
rather.
not what I was gonna tease. You go for it, Sky.
Oh, okay, well,
I was gonna say something else.
There's lore within our videos, and you'll find out more about it, or it'll be more shoved in your face.
These guys,
next
these
year.
guys literally made not really a spreadsheet, but
Whoa, Thane. Whoa, too many details.
Too
Too many
All right,
details.
let's say they thought about this. They put a lot of effort.
There's
they,
a cinematic universe within the Radkatz, and
they laid it
No,
out,
he
and it's
dropped
you guys
it.
are putting way too much effort into this. I hope it comes out.
but not every video that we make is a part of this universe.
The Spider-Man video probably is non-canon.
Well, and the rewind stuff, which the
Yeah.
rewind stuff, by the way, for me has been always
Rendered art's
probably my
non-canon,
favorite
definitely.
project to
There's no
work on.
sketches, and also rendered art's probably gonna come back. I was planning to do it this year, but oops. Yeah, rendered art.
Yikes.
I thought I abandoned it, but I thought, why should I abandon it when I should just take a different approach? I thought it was a little boring to edit at first, so I thought, why not make it fun? So rendered art's gonna be a bit more fun, I guess.
Yeah, lots of exciting things. But on that note, Cole, do you want to whisk us
Dang,
away?
mine's not as exciting as what you guys are talking about, though, because we've been thinking about that stuff for a while. Mine was just I was in the back burner for a while now, is the zombie apocalypse survival thing that we've kind of talked about on the podcast in the past, how we wanted to do like a full-on episode, because I'm planning on expanding that into not just an episode, but like a whole
Series.
like not a series, just like a big special video, like maybe 40 minutes to an hour long, like a movie almost. And like the gist of it is like which one of us would have the best chances of surviving the apocalypse, and we go through different things that you would do in a zombie apocalypse, and I guess we tally up our points at the end and see who has the most. If you can like meet 40 points or something, then you survive. If you get under that, you're died in the apocalypse. I've got a lot of work into my mind, and I've got a lot of stuff on paper too that I'm just kind of putting it all together. But it'll be a pretty big endeavor while we're filming it, and it probably won't be filmed until next fall, if I had to guess. So you probably won't even see it until a year from now. I'd like to get it out next December.
We'd probably have to take probably 3 days to film it all, don't you think?
Yeah, I think it's a
Entire
3-day film
weekend.
thing. Yeah.
I wonder how much it would cost to rent some equipment, depending on how many cameras we own by then.
Yeah. I'd be curious.
Yeah. There's a lot of exciting things coming out. But if you guys enjoy what we do and you want to support us further, you can go head over to our Patreon. The link is in the description. Of course, just watching and sharing our videos always helps. You can buy some merchandise as well. We have some shirts and hoodies, and we even have a Christmas mug.
We have a mug some people have been asking for.
Yeah, that finally came back in store. So there's lots of ways to support us if you guys do enjoy this content. We always appreciate it.
Is it the same mug from this year? It's like, yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it's the same mug from last year. It's not like Starbucks where they have each different design every year until they don't have the Christmas design, then people get mad or something.
Yeah. We also stream over on Twitch twice a week at twitch.tv/radkatz. You can go over there and support us there as well. By
Tuesdays
If
and
you tell your
Thursdays.
friends
Yes,
about it,
Tuesdays
it
and
will go
Thursdays.
back to 3 times a week. We swear.
We just switched it because my
Yeah.
work schedule. I just
Yeah.
work late pretty much.
If we don't
every
work
night now.
anymore, we will stream 5 times a week.
Well, I've even thought Cole and I were talking about what if we just streamed once a week, but made it like
Pretty
more
brave.
epic.
It's a pretty brave statement there, sir.
It's a very bold statement.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking of like us doing a couch stream once a week, and then us doing like a small stream like from our
Individually or something?
Yeah,
That'd be fun. I'd be down for that.
yeah. Anyways, we'll figure it out next year, and we'll lay out the plans.
Yep, but just so you know, the podcast will probably be gone for a couple weeks. We're going to take a couple weeks out the podcast, and then the last video is going to go up December 31st on the radkatz channel, and then after that, we're probably going to take another 2 or 3 week break from that as well. So we're
January's kind of sucks to upload videos. That's why everyone takes a break.
Yeah, we don't. The ad revenue's not great, and also I just think we need a break. It's always nice for us to recharge and kind of get ahead on stuff we're working on. So
We did a pretty dang good year, guys.
we did, dude.
And thank you for all joining us on the ride.
We ate the year good. What am I saying?
Thank you, guys. Have a good rest of your year. Enjoy the holidays.
Merry Christmas.
We'll see you all next year.
Happy New Year.
Have a good one.
Happy Hanukkah, even though it's past.
I think it's current, isn't it?
No.
I don't know. And as
Don't shoot
always,
your eye out.
keep it rad.
We hope you get cool presents.